Welcome back to another episode of Unlock Your Superpower podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Mata, and I have with me,
Veronica Joseph.
and we are so excited to talk to you guys all about prosperity and what that actually means personally and professionally. So, are you ready to dive in?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So, Dr. Joseph, what does prosperity mean to you?
That's a good question. So, prosperity, abundance, as a divine being, as the child of God, abundance is already within us. And when I say prosperity, abundance, it's our health, our wisdom, our personal relationship, our friends, the whole earth is actually had this a lot of abundance when you look around the plants, the trees, the animals, everything that we have, that's like abundance already. So it's just like claiming that you already have it, it's already within us.
I love that. And what happens when someone has a scarcity mindset? When they feel like I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough friends, or I don't have enough of something. How do they bring in abundance in their life?
Well, first of all, that when someone is afraid and always have that scarcity mindset that I don't have enough, that whatever I do, it's not good enough, it's pretty much because of the limiting beliefs that number one, it was programmed to them, number two, it is inherited, and number three, it could possibly like a DNA, like in our ancestors when they have like no food, and they're like trying to survive, so it's like from generation to generation, so it was possibly uninherited.
Is there a way where somebody can come to you and release themselves from that mindset? Do you have like a specific tool or something that you can support them with?
Well, there's a lot of possibilities there. We can go ahead and use NAET to pretty much find out why are they afraid? Is it a belief system? Is it like something happened in their past, like a traumatic experience that they have? And to be able to find that out, or is it like a program that was projected to them by the society, by the family? So I utilize NAET to be able to process and reprogram whatever emotion, whatever belief system that they have, as well as universal rays can also help with that, bringing in the um, belief system that are even in the subconscious and be able to process it and going to the divine decree so they can be able to revoke any contract, any programs, or any limiting beliefs that they have with the help of the ascended masters, the changing the consciousness that they have. And yeah, those are the things that they can do.
I love that. So just because you have a scarcity mindset doesn't mean you can carry on this belief. You have to carry on this belief till like death do you part. You basically can interrupt this pattern immediately through the help of these tools. Is that correct?
That's a possibility. So the only thing is that they have to be open-minded because there's really nothing we can do, if there's nothing that they don't believe. I think faith is very important. I mean, if someone has faith, they can move mountains, and that
I
is
love
very
that.
true, you know. And a lot of times too, there's like insecurity. They are possible that they have low self-esteem, they don't believe in themselves, and it's very important to have a healthy relationship within ourselves. It's like loving ourselves and not self-sabotaging ourselves And a lot of times when you do that all the time, you create an energy to your thoughts, and your thoughts and your belief system becomes your reality. So it is really good to reprogram those habits as well. It's not just like one session. Oh, you're good. A lot of times it takes what, 6 weeks to a month or 6 months, depending how that habit is ingrained in your subconscious and conscious mentality, right?
I love that. And it's so important because sometimes we don't even are aware of this limiting beliefs that we have
Right.
because 96%, 97% of our behaviors is unconscious. So a lot of it is we don't are not even aware that we're saying certain things, right? So it's just having that soundboard, working with a professional, right? Working with
Right.
yourself or working with a counselor or a coach or a
Yeah.
therapist to help you be aware, create that awareness. So, what exactly are you telling yourself?
Right. And also, it's like you said, it's very important to be surrounded by supportive and positive people that believe in yours, in you, and also believe in your dreams that everything is possible, right? And
Absolutely.
network, right? So that's really important.
Yeah, and
So,
bring up a really important part of network. Like the
uh-huh.
five people that you hang out with
Right.
becomes your net worth, right? So the five people at your network becomes your net worth, and it's really important to understand who's on your team,
Mm-hmm.
who's creating the faith in you, so that you can go out and move mountains. Because as you and I both know, it takes a village to
Right.
get things done, and it takes a village to move that mountain and have that faith. So who's on your team? Ask yourself over and over again, who's on your team, who's supporting you to get there to the next level.
So in your case, since you're doing the neural language programming or neural linguistic programming, how do you incorporate that in yourself or your clients?
Absolutely. So first of all, for me, prosperity comes from like what you just said, right? It comes from abundance. It comes from that mindset, it comes from that faith of I'm on the right track. I'm going after this dream because I believe that I can do it. And neuro-linguistic programming is about creating awareness in your unconscious mind, telling yourself, okay, what is the belief system that I have? Is it in alignment with my goal? If it is, great, you're on the right track. If it's not, that's where I come in and we figure out the root cause of that belief system where we shift it, we maneuver it so you could be on the right track. A lot of times we have the belief system of, I have a fear of success, and you realize that it's not even in this lifetime that you had this fear of success. It happened when your mom was pregnant with you, and it could have happened at that time, or it could have happened in your past life. Unconscious mind doesn't know time. Only our conscious mind knows time. And so you ask your unconscious mind, are you ready to make this change? And if the unconscious mind says yes, only then the change can be implemented. And then you ask your unconscious mind, when was the first time you ever had this feeling happen? When was a specific time that this thing happened? Let's go back to that root cause of it. And by going to the root cause, you're able to release the emotion associated with it, release the belief system is associated with it, so you can go out and actually amplify your worth again, because prosperity comes from how you feel in yourself. How worthy do you feel? Are you worthy of a relationship? Are you worthy of that job? Are you worthy of that career? Are you worthy of having that thing or having those people in your life, right? We have those thoughts, and by prosperity is knowing that you are worthy. It's your birthright to have that, and believing in it, you have it within you. And
Correct.
that's where a
I
lot of my work comes in and saying, you know, having that conversation of you get to have your life. I mean, neuro linguistic programming, I relabel it as never ending, limitless possibilities, because the world is your oyster. You get to create it the way you want to create it. And you have the power. And if as long as you are the leader and you are at cause,
mhm.
you get to do whatever you want. If you start blaming the game or playing the blaming game, right? Oh, poor me, sad me,
Yeah.
because of this, I'm not able to do that. You've given away your power. You've given away the strength. You've given away that prosperity. So it's about taking ownership of every single decision that you're making and every single decision that you're not making. Because every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else,
Mhm.
right? So it's having that awareness of what do I really want? Keep asking yourself. And are you doing things every single day to move that mountain? Are you doing things every single day to have faith in your life?
And I like what you said about success because a lot of people believe that success is having a very expensive car, a very big house, mansion, and stuff like that, right? And so they keep striving for more and more, right? And the thing is, it in universal ray, when we do the soul chart reading, we find out what is the mission, what is the soul mission here on earth. And a lot of times the soul mission is to be able to love oneself, to believe into oneself, and to, you know, acknowledging that we are already abundant because we have that power in ourselves, you know. And so that notion of not having good enough, lacking, and stuff like that, a lot of times it's just shifting your mind that we have everything that we needed. All we have to do is to claim it and believe in it, right? And that the universe and Mother Earth are all supporting us. So whatever we have in our mind, it becomes our reality. If we think that we are not good enough or we're lacking something, that's what the universe will give you, is lack. Now, if we believe
Absolutely.
that we are abundant, that everything is possible, it's within our reach, then you're going to be receiving that from the universe. And gratitude is very important because gratitude is, like I said in the last episode, is shifting from lack to abundance. And
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like
right.
one of the instant fixes of like how do I shift from being a scarcity to abundant? Start thinking about the things that you're grateful for. The sun coming out. It could be just by breathing oxygen, fresh oxygen that is available to us. Having that fresh cup of water. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be super extravagant or um, you know, out there type things that are for gratitude. It's just the simple things that we get to be grateful for, right? And by paying attention, like I'm grateful for a healthy body. I'm grateful that my arms and legs are working the way they need to be, right? It makes me feel really, really good. Attach gratitude with an emotion. How
Mhm.
does it make you feel? You will amplify your life even better. I used to do a gratitude journal before going to bed, 3 things that I was grateful for, and how did it make me feel? And I remember my life was so enriched, like my mindset was so much better and I was operating at a higher frequency. So a lot of times, especially during COVID, when everything was being locked down, I was still able to count my blessings.
That's great.
A lot of times people are like, well, I was stuck at home. And you think about like being stuck at home means what? Were you handcuffed at home? Were you handcuffed to your chair? No, but we just use phrases like I'm stuck at home or
Mhm.
I'm stuck indoors. No, you don't need to go anywhere. All you could do is just take yourself out and go for a walk on your street, right? Go outside and just take a walk on your driveway or, get your steps in by walking in the hallway, right? But we
Mhm.
were so programmed with
Right.
everything being shut down and being stuck that we actually physically felt stuck because that was the words that we were telling ourselves. So start paying attention to the words that you're using, right? Every single word has power. I am not good enough is equivalent to I am good enough. Unconscious, subconscious mind does not know the difference between do and do not. They think it's the same.
Mhm.
It does not know the difference between I can and I cannot. It means the same. So a lot of times when you ask, what do you want? They will list a list of things of all the things they do not want first before actually saying what they do want. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. And that's what they're attracting. Versus I want this, right? So we're our mind's programmed with the negative before the positive. So start paying attention to Ask yourself, is that a negative sentence or is that a positive sentence? Does that make me feel good where my heart's expanding and my stomach is expanding? Or does it make me feel constricted and my heart's beating really fast and my stomach is in knots? Start paying attention to how your body's reacting to prosperity and to the abundance that's always around you.
And talking about the desires, it's also good to align our intention to our
Yes.
divine purpose, our divine will. But how are we supposed to know what is the divine will and the divine purpose? So I suggest everyone to meditate, to
Right.
really get into our heart, because our heart knows a lot when you meditate and you go to your higher consciousness and asking your higher self to, okay, what is the best good for all, not just for me, but the people, and what is my mission and how can I utilize my gift into serving others, because when
Yes.
you give, right, it will amplify the abundance and you feel fulfilled, right? And when you do things that you enjoy, that you have passion, it's so easy to have that abundant in your life, because in my case, I serve the community as well as I enjoy helping people. I don't attach to the outcome. That's another thing, because when you're attached to the outcome, when you did not receive the outcome, you tend to be disappointed, right? But when you do the best you can and you realign your intention to the divine purpose, divine will, and have faith that everything is according to God's will or to the source, and believing into yourself, there will be no pain and suffering because everything will flow smoothly.
Absolutely. And you brought up a really good point. Sometimes we get so caught up with the outcome, right? We put in all the energy. I need to get that. I need to get that. But more importantly, fall in love with the journey. Fall in love with the track that you're on. Fall in love with the way that you're getting to your destination. Celebrate every single step along that journey because that's going to move you forward to your outcome. And who knows, when you get to the outcome, you may not even want that in the first place. It was a logical reasoning, was a logical thinking that got you to that outcome. But in reality, your heart always knows. And we are so programmed as a society to think with our mind.
Mhm.
However, we've always bought with emotions first, and our emotions reside in our heart. So keep asking yourself, how do I feel in this moment? How do I feel about this goal? How do I feel about applying for that job? How do I feel about the fact that I don't have a job right now? What can I be doing? Maybe it's an opportunity for you to create a new hobby. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to do spring cleaning in the summertime, right? Keep asking yourself, why am I here? What is one thing that I'm going to do today that's going to be all about me, that's going to allow me to celebrate who I am, right? There are many of us that are, especially me right now, it's like, well, everybody around me is getting married and they're having kids. And it's like, well, I'm still single and I'm in the dating world. I don't have a boyfriend or I'm not married yet. But the key is I'm here saying, instead of focusing on the things I don't have, what do I have right now? I'm focusing on my career. I'm focusing on building a brand. Right. And so when you start thinking about what's in front of me right here in this moment, that's what's going to give me the ultimate happiness
Mhm.
versus focusing on the things that I don't have. Because who knows, maybe I don't even want that right now. Maybe it's not my time because all of us are on divine timing.
There you go.
We are all on divine timing. And if you don't know what that means, our parents may be hooking up multiple times before we were actually conceived, right? We were not conceived on the first shot, right? So that was a timing. That was purely on divine timing. A lot of times there's a due date that women have for their babies. Majority of them don't happen on their due date. Some of them do. But do we know exactly what hour that baby is going to pop out? No, that's on divine timing, right? So our birth date is on divine timing. Our death cycle is on divine timing. So if we just have faith and we trust the supreme power, the mother earth, the universe, the source, whatever that phrase you like, know that they are a part of us and we are a part of them.
And so that the co-creation takes place, right?
Yes.
It's
And
not
that's where prosperity comes from.
right that we are not alone, that the
Yes.
universe, the divine mother, the earth mother are always behind us, that we are not alone.
Yes, absolutely. And when in doubt, you feel ever alone, you get to reach out to us, reach out to our website, connect with us, book a call with us because we are here to support you. We're doing this, Unlocking Your Superpower podcast, to inspire you, to hold your hand along the way. So listen to our voices, listen to the meditations that we're offering, listen to the resources that we're offering because to inform you that you are not alone. And sometimes we feel like we are, but you're not. Dr. Joseph and I are eternally here, abundantly here, supporting you every single step of the way. Just keep subscribing us, following us, liking our content, and know that we're here for you every single step of the way.
In my book, Unlocking Your Super Life, there's a chapter there, how to generate abundance. So for more information, you can look it up on my website, awesomehealing.com, and check out my book. And talking about the healthy relationship, I think that's going to be a segue to our next episode, right, Michelle? How
Yes,
do
it
we
is.
cultivate healthy relationship within ourselves and with the people around us, personally and
Absolutely.
professionally, correct?
Yes, personally and professionally, and most importantly, knowing the fact that you're not alone. So, with that, we are going to go ahead and sign off on this beautiful, prosperous podcast of Unlocking Your Superpower. Thank you so much for following us, listening to us, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm your host, Michelle, and I have with me,
Veronica Joseph, and thank you, Michelle, for sharing your insight and wisdom.
oh, thank you so much for your insight and wisdom as well. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Infinite gratitude and love.